expensive stuff, isn't it? Really, really expensive. Especially gloss. Now, I don't know because I don't buy it, but I think one of these tins of gloss of trade stuff is probably about 50, 60 quid if you go down B&Q. And especially when it comes to like painting new plots, you know, you'll probably get like an inch or two left in your gloss, and it's more than likely dirty and got bits in it because you've probably used it on your skirtings at the last point. Now, a lot of us, including myself, will just skip it. But you add that up over a period of plots, it's probably like a gallon of gloss. You have to excuse, you've got wardrobe fitters upstairs. Wankers. Yeah, so you add it all up, it's probably like a gallon of gloss over a period of like half a dozen plots. There is a solution to not skipping the paint like most of us do, including myself, and that is to strain it. Now, that's not something I do very often, I must admit, because it's easy to put it in the skip, but considering the price, you know, considering the price of gloss, we're going to strain it. Yeah, that's right. For the first time on Wallington Filming, we're going to strain gloss. Now, basically, straining gloss out is getting yourself something like this. Yeah, it's a paper strainer, coming all different sizes on the mesh, from fine to a bit coarser. But needless to say, when it comes to gloss, you want a pretty fine one. They're disposable, so you're going to chuck them away after you finish straining your paint. Now, you are really going to need one of these funnel things. This is one I use for spraying. I cut the end off because to hold that and not try and tip a bit of gloss in it to strain it into another tin is going to be like a really hard job. So get yourself one of these, big one, put your strainer in, like so, and strain your paint. So yeah, let's get straining. I've got a couple of tins of gloss here. There's quite a lot there, to be fair, but it's more than likely contaminated. And then I've got this tin of gloss, which has actually got skin on it, so I'm going to show you me taking the skin off. Now, most of you guys at home will probably have a tin of paint in the shed or something. When you open it up, it will have a skin on it. To avoid that, when you use any oil-based paint, just tip a bit of turps on the top, then put the lid on. That should prevent it getting the skin on it. So that's got skin on it. Right, so what I've got here is a nice clean tin, and it's got a bit of clean gloss in it. So I want to transfer all these three tins with gloss into this 1 gallon tin here and have a relatively clean tin of gloss. So what I'm going to do, get my funnel, put it there like so, get one of these paint strainers. Now, these are available on eBay. You can get like 50 for a £5 or 25 for £2.5, so relatively cheap. Do come with different size meshes as I've said. So I'm going to put that in there like so, dead easy to hold. Yep. Now I will show you a bit of a close up. This tin I've opened up here has even got a few bits on the top, and it's probably contaminated on inside the paint as well. So yeah, clean tin, funnel, strainer, dirty gloss, and all you've got to do is tip it in there like so. You might have to do it a couple of times depending on how much. You might have to do it a couple of times depending on how much gloss you've got in your tin. and how thick it is as well. The thicker it is, if the lid's been left off, the longer it's going to take to strain through. You can probably speed that up slightly by adding a bit of terps in there, not too much, like just a little bit, or hurry up, as we say in the trade, and that will help it go through the mesh a lot quicker. And as you can see, that's going to be relatively clean gloss. I'm not saying it's going to be perfectly clean, but with damn sight cleaner than what I've left in that tin. So yeah, that was in there like that. Right guys, here I've got some nice clean gloss in here. Tin's nice and clean. You need to get yourself one of these funnels, like so. Here's a bit of a close up. It's a Mesh 190 micron paint strainer, disposable. You can get metal ones as well, but what's the point, to be fair? Now, like I say, if you were trying to hold that in there and then tip paint, that's going to give you a bit of an headache. So, easiest way: get the paint strainer there, get a funnel there, put your paint strainer in there. Now, you will find, because it's such a fine mesh, that the more paint you put through it, the more bits are going to collect in there, and it's going to take longer for the paint to strain through. So let me just give you a bit of a close up there. It's like over half a gallon of gloss here. And then you just do that. Fill the cup. Fill the paint strainer up till it's nearly full. Like so. And let it strain out. Simple as that. I've actually put a little bit of terps in this gloss that I'm straining, just because it's quite thick, because the lid's been left off and it takes forever to strain through. So I've only put a little bit of terps in, and as you can see, you know, it's straining through. And that's what you want to be doing when your dirty gloss, or if you go in your shed and you want to do a bit of gloss and you find it's got skin on it, you know, take the skin off and strain your paint. It's going to be clean. Well, it's going to be like fairly clean, isn't it? Simple as that. It's all clean gloss in there. So I'm just going to show you one with the skin on it now. I'm not going to bore you with straining half a gallon of gloss, but that's basically what I'll do. You've got a tin of gloss. Make sure you use, you know, you put the same make of gloss if you're straining it. And as you can see there, it's got skin. So basically, all you got to do is get your scraper. Just cut round the edge, or prise it away from the edge. Like so. Obviously, needless to say, this one's been left with the lid off. Like you go. Get yourself an empty container nearby. Grab the centre and dump it. Bit there. Big bit of skin just now. Let me just try and get that out. There we go. And you're just left with your gloss. Now that is quite thick, so I will just put a little bit of terps in there so it goes through the strainer quite easily. Right. That's basically it, guys. One thing I will point out is if you've got probably a gallon of dirty gloss with bits in it and stuff like that, you are going to get through quite a few of these because the mesh is very fine, and once it starts filling up with bits, it's going to take a long time for it to strain through. So, you know, like I say, go on eBay, Probably get yourself about 50 of these, I think they were, for a £5, and you're probably going to use half a dozen of them, straining a gallon of paint. But when you consider how much that paint is going to cost you down being pure or something, it's well worth it, isn't it? Like I say, you go in your shed, you've got dirty gloss with the skin off, take the skin off, chip all your dirty gloss in one tin, probably just add a little bit of terps so it thins it down just a little bit so it flows through that mesh a lot faster. Or if you've got plenty of time, you know, you can put it through neat, but it will take a long while to do that. I mean, I basically, out of these 3 tins, you know, there's like three quarters of a gallon of gloss, and I would have, like, normally, with me doing house bashing, I'd have probably skipped them, and most guys will skip them because they'll say, I'm not using that, it's dirty, I can't start painting my doors and frames with it, so that would have been binned. Now, by the time I finish straining this paint, I'm going to end up with like a full gallon of fairly clean gloss. The more times you strain it out, the cleaner it's going to be. You'll probably get it to like 95% clean. So well worth it. I mean, if my gaffer to see this video, I'll tell you what, I think he'd give me a raise. He won't believe I'm doing this, to be fair. You know what I mean? Because I don't think many of the blokes do it. And if they can see like 3 tins of gloss in the skip that have probably got like 3 or 4 inches of gloss in, you know, why don't you strain it? I mean, none of us in the house bashing do any straining of paint. We just don't have the time, to be fair. But it is worth doing. Because you can end up with a whole gallon of clean gloss, as you can see. You know what I mean? That bit there's gone through now. You know, fill that back up. Go and make yourself a cup of tea, and let that strain through. There you go. Look. You know what I mean? I mean, I've got like half a gallon of clean gloss out now, and half a gallon of dirty gloss. As long as you put it in a nice clean tin, you know, you're going to be a gallon of gloss up, ain't you? So happy days. So yeah, that's basically it. How to strain gloss from dirty gloss to clean gloss. What more do you want out of life? 60 quid's worth of paint there, isn't there? You know what I mean? So yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the content of this video. If you did, don't forget to. Until next time, from the Candleman. Fucking seen it all now. Seen it all, lads. Missing vent on the roof. Awesome.